Who's scruffy looking?
What is up, my fellow nerds and gangsters? Welcome back to the Spiffy Nerd Herder channel.
And with that, welcome back to the Spiffy Nerd Herder channel. I am Danny. Now, in our last video, we talked about introducing strong characters in film.
We did what we set out to do.
But not all characters are James Bond or Darth Vader.
I don't believe you.
Some characters are weak, unassuming, even hesitant to be the hero of their story.
I think you're so cute.
So let's talk about the introductions for 6 weak characters and see how they contrast with our strong characters. You ready?
Yes.
Giddy up. The first one is... Who do you think the first character is?
Darth Vader.
We talked about Darth Vader last time.
That was totally wicked!
Who has your name that's in Star Wars?
Luke.
Luke Skywalker! We talked about Daddy in part 1, so let's talk about Son today. Luke Skywalker's introduction in the original Star Wars is one of the most casual in history. We don't meet him until 17 minutes into the film, and he's clearly not a big shot. We pick up with him in his everyday life. He's not swinging a lightsaber. He's not blowing up the Death Star. He's starting from complete zero. He's got a long journey ahead of him. Now, some of you may know that George cut 3 scenes with Luke prior to this scene with the Sandcrawler. These scenes involved him seeing the battle above Tatooine, going to Tashi Station, seeing Biggs.
Biggs! Hey! I didn't know you were back. What'd you get?
And learning that Biggs is joining the rebellion.
The rebellion? Quiet down.
These were not short scenes, so I'm sure they were hard to cut from the film, but it works better without them. Plus, we relate to Luke better without... What are you doing? Are you looking for your worm?
One of them's dead, but,
Plus, we relate better to Luke without them, since now he's a complete outsider with us. He's the only character who knows just as little as we do, and we see the film through his eyes.
What is it? Your father's lightsaber.
Without Luke, we wouldn't have had a character to latch onto, and we would not have felt as grounded within this new Star Wars universe. I can't express how important having Luke as this character was to the success of Star Wars.
I'm going backwards.
Next is Frodo Baggins.
Sure I know about him. He's over there. Frodo Baggins.
Perhaps the most unassuming hero in history, apart from maybe Willow. And how do we meet Frodo? Reading a book under a tree, the ultimate sign of contentment. As a hobbit, Frodo is perfectly happy in the Shire and even says that Gandalf has been labeled
A disturber of the peace.
for his involvement with Bilbo and the dragon.
My name is Gandalf.
The simple introduction here solidifies how far Frodo must travel as a character to take the ring to Mordor. He is the most unlikely character to save Middle-earth from certain destruction, but also the only one who can do it since he has no aspirations for power.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
When it comes to characters like this, we must always answer the question, what can our character do at the end of the film that he cannot do at the beginning? For Frodo, it is simple yet powerful.
Yum, yum, yummy sausage.
Alright, the next is the chosen one, Harry Potter.
What?
We begin by hearing everything about some amazing story about some really big events and how this super child will be famous. All in the context of some crazy magic being performed.
Gulp, 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 I'm a chicken.
This leads us to expect great things of this character. He's gonna be legit! Until he's sleeping under the stairs. Certainly the exact opposite from someone being famous, but serves as a wonderful introduction. It gives us what's known as a gossip introduction, something we talked about in part 1 with Batman's introduction. So check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Now the next is Neo, the other chosen one.
What?
What?
Now Neo has nowhere near the introduction that Trinity gets minutes before him. See part 1 for that. We see him sleeping, alone, living the life of a hacker with little interaction with others. His apartment is bare except for his computers, which tell us that he either doesn't like people or he struggles with relationships.
And it's such a mystery why you don't have a girlfriend.
All in all, he's hardly the chosen one that he'll need to become. So get ready for a wild ride.
Ride?
Yeah.
How about a roller coaster bugs?
Careful with your bugs. Next is Captain America! The filmmakers were
Hey, that's my favorite Avenger.
The filmmakers were really smart here by showing Steve Rogers with no shirt on, since that would show in the clearest...
You no shit.
Yeah, because that would show in the clearest way that he is no Captain America at this point in the film. Then, at the same time, we show how much he wants to serve, despite being told no.
Is there anything you can do?
That plays in later when we learn that Steve is the only one who can successfully take the serum, since he is the most pure personality, and like Frodo, has no aspirations for heroism or power. This is a great trait for a hero in any film. Then in the alleyway, we see how essentially brave he is with even a little foreshadowing of the shield. So at the film start, Steve has the heart, but he's not got the brawn.
Nope.
At least not yet.
At least not yet.
Last, but certainly not least, is Cole Sear from the movie The Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense is one of the best films of all time, so if you haven't seen it, I echo the words of my boy Ferris Bueller when he said,
"It is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up."
In this film, we are introduced to the boy Cole through the eyes of another character. We see Cole slowly exit his apartment, alone, and seemingly afraid or nervous. So there's something about this kid right off the bat that's unusual. We intercut this with elements of a gossip introduction by reading Malcolm's notes about Cole. He's 9, his parents are divorced, he has acute anxiety, no friends, and a possible mood disorder. This all begins to paint the picture of who Cole is.
But I'm a freak.
I'll stop right there. Normally, we don't mind giving spoilers to movies, but in this case, I'm just going to say go see the movie if you haven't seen it, or Luke's going to chop your legs off. Anakin Skywalker, right?
What do you mean Anakin style? What does that mean?
But in essence, we see everything Cole is, so we know what he is not. This sets the stage for his character journey in the film, and it is a big one.
I'll be a bigger hero than you ever were.
There are plenty of other examples of weak character introductions in all of cinema. So, which ones are your favorites? I really liked a lot of your comments on part 1, so don't let me down in part 2.
I know we let you down, and I'm really sorry.
Thanks for watching today, guys. Please hit that like button and hit the notification bell for more awesome videos. But until next time, stay spiffy. And
Say box.
don't do anything we wouldn't do twice.
And do you want me to show you the Baggins toy?